You wonder how people create Halloween scars and it looks so real. Well, today I'm going to show you guys 3 easy methods to create Halloween scars. Before further ado, let's just get started. For the first scar, we're gonna use Rigid Collodion, and this is from Iran, and it gives you really realistic type of a scar. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this on this side. So you don't need to use any other brush because it has a really tiny brush, and depending on how big you want the scar, this should work. So we're just gonna apply one layer. Now we're gonna let this dry. Okay, so this is pretty dry. We're gonna go ahead and do the second layer and let this dry. As you see how the scar is looking more realistic and more deeper and deeper, so we're gonna go with the third layer. Now we're gonna go with fourth layer, and this should do it. And this should be enough. So we're just gonna go on the inside now, and look how real it looks. It looks like I have a cut on my face. Let this get dry and then I'll be right back. Now the fourth layer is done, we can add some colors. I'm using this little palette from Iran. We can start with a dark brown and just put it inside the wound. And then just tap with your fingers. And then we can go with a dark red to make it more look like a blood. And then just go inside. And then again, we could do this. After putting the color, by tapping on this, you're creating this red shadow around the wound so it can look more real by doing just this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply some of the stage blood right inside the wound so it can look more real. So just a little bit tiny. You're gonna place it right inside the wound. So I put some more blood and that's how it looks like. And tell me if you're gonna try this. This was such an easy and the easiest way to create a Halloween wound or Halloween scar, and it's also very easy and affordable. Let's move to the next one. Okay, so the next one is very easy and it's one of my own hacks. I'm not gonna use any kind of After Effects makeup, just the colors. But for creating the wound, we're gonna use a face mask, a peel-off face mask. So we're gonna apply this and I'm gonna show you guys how easily it can be done, and it's so super safe compared to all the latex and all the other stuff. So let's just get started with this one. So this one is peel-off mask, like I said, and it's you're supposed to let it dry. It takes a little bit longer, but if you have blow dryer, it's really fast. So what I'm gonna do is create a wound, maybe right here. So all we have to do is grab a little bit of any kind of mask. It doesn't have to be this. This one is from Florence, it's peel-off mask. And then we're just gonna place it right here. And this doesn't require layers, just place it. That's it, that's all you have to do. So I went and applied it this way. So now we're gonna let this dry. It's gonna take a little bit longer, but you can use a blow dryer and get it fast. Now it's dry, so now we have to make a cut in the middle of this wound. So getting a sharp object like this, which this is not that sharp, but just be careful in case. And you're just gonna create that cut in the middle like this. So I went back and added some more just around this area so it doesn't peel. Also remember, whenever you're creating this from a gel face mask, make sure the bottom of it, or like the surface of your skin, is super clean and there's no oil, because then peel-off mask usually reacts back with oil surfaces. It comes off like easily. So you want that to stick all day long. So remove everything, then apply the gel mask. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and add some foundation to make this wound. I did make a cut there, so after I'm done with this, then we're gonna go back with the cut. So this part should be very easy. You're gonna get something like this, and then you're gonna pick where we made a cut up, so we can have the skin peel up like the skin is peeling. So let's see if I can show you guys a close-up. Once you peel a little bit, it's so easy to peel the rest. So from here on, it should be very easy. We're gonna go again with the Miron palette. We're gonna just go with the darker color inside the wound. So we're gonna create on the skin, we're gonna just paint. From here on, it's like up to you how you want your wound to look realistic. Going with like a tinier brush, I think it's much better because you're able to fit it in there. Now we're gonna go with another brush and just blend around there so it can look more realistic. Now we're gonna add a stage blood to make it more real and fresh wound. That looks pretty good. Now using a sponge like this and tapping it on the blood, it just gives you more like a. And we're just gonna go around the wound, like right there. Okay, so this is pretty much, it looks really realistic and real type of a wound. I think I did a good job on this. Make sure to, the last part is to apply a little bit around it, and that should be it. You can add as much as blood that you want to add there. It's all up to you, or you don't have to add blood. You can just add some colors. You can create the same thing with like paint and have fun with it. And let's move to the next one. So next one is gonna be with latex, and this is also super easy and fun to do. Only if you don't like latex, you can go with the other method, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do those with latex. I already poured some in a cup separately. You don't want to use your good brushes. Make sure to use your brushes that you're not gonna use no longer, because as soon as we put it in latex, it just creates this really harsh part where it's so hard to remove. Trust me, believe me, this has happened to me so many times, and my brushes look horrible. And this is like old brush, look, it just doesn't go away. Like, I have no idea. So make sure to not use your fancy brushes. Let's just get started. So you're also gonna need like a toilet paper, and make sure to rip it apart like in half. Like, we need it very thin. And then I'm gonna go ahead and apply with my fingers just a layer right here. So you're gonna create like a wound. Like, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, so now we're gonna cut a little bit of tissue paper and place this right on top of the wound. And then applying latex just on top of it. It makes more sense. We're gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna put one more layer and then let it dry completely. So with latex, you have to remember to make the edges right here around the wound very smooth, like almost touching your skin. It's like your skin. So going back and forth with latex, just like apply on the edges and then drag it so it can look thinner. It looks like your skin. And then when we put makeup, it looks more realistic. And then now we're gonna let this get dry 100%. So after it's completely dry, it should look like this. And then use any kind of translucent powder, baby powder, or anything that you have, and then just brush through it so the stickiness can get away, so nothing gets stuck on it. Now we're gonna use a tiny scissor and cut through this. Make sure not to cut yourself, so try to be careful when you do this. Hold your skin and try to cut on the latex. So the wound should look like this, and you can cut some more if you want to. There you go, we have a wound now. And then now let's add foundation to this so it can match my skin. After you match the color to your skin, then you're gonna go back with the translucent powder and set the foundation. Now we're gonna use the same palette and create the darker colors first inside the wound. You can just pick the wound up like this. See how I'm like going inside the wound so I can create that dark shade. Now you're gonna need a fluffy brush, and then you're gonna go with a red color or burgundy color. We're gonna create that red, it's called like a shadow, around the wound. So it should look more purplish. Just adding a little bit red and a little bit brown and creating that shadow around the wound just makes it more like this. Now I'm going to use the same blood and then just to use a little bit and place it in the wound. Now we're going to go with the same sponge and use some of the blood. Okay guys, this was the last wound. Let me know what you guys think. Which one was easy for you and which one will you try? Which one will you try and which one was easy for you? This side I feel like was super easy and really fun. You don't have to add blood to this. And then this one was like somewhere in the middle, I think. It was really fast, and I also think it's very safe to use face mask gel. And then this part just takes a little bit longer. It dries pretty quick, but it still takes longer, and then a lot is required. So tell me which one will you try and which one looks more realistic to you. The number 1, number 2, or number 3. Thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful to you and if you want me to create more fun Halloween videos for month of October, let me know in the comments. And also if you like this video, give your girl a big thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing because I post every single week. I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.